This is the story behind the song, my song. In this episode, we're talking about my song, Normal's Not Coming Back, but Jesus Is. In 2020, the whole world was shut down because of COVID-19. Everyone was affected. Businesses closed, churches closed, kids were sent home from school, and families were told to stay home. And it wasn't just our country, but every nation in the world implemented the shutdown. Has there ever been a more uncertain, confusing, troubling, worldwide time of despair in modern history? I think not. The verses to my song are dark and an honest reflection of these troubled times. It came to me one night when I was driving in my car, which led to some heavy pondering about where we are as a society. After writing the verses down, I put them aside for a while. I didn't have a chorus, and I didn't know what the song was going to be called. I've been a big fan of a guy named L.A. Marzulli for a long time. His show, Politics, Prophecy, and the Supernatural, takes today's headlines and looks at them from a Christian worldview and puts things into perspective in accordance to what the Bible says. Every day for a month or so, to sum things up on his show, L.A. would use the phrase, "Normal's not coming back, but Jesus is." I'm not sure if he coined the phrase or if he borrowed it from somewhere else, but it stuck with me and I found myself using it in conversation. It's a lot easier to share the truth with someone when you can say, "There's this guy I watch on YouTube that always says that normal's not coming back, but Jesus is, and I happen to agree with him," than it is to just come right out and say it and own it yourself. And by the way, if you want to check out L.A. Marzulli, he's no longer on YouTube, but you can find his show on a website and an app called Rumble. The more I used the phrase myself, the more I realized it belonged with those verses I had written down and stored away for a while. When you put it all together, the song sounds like when someone comes to you and says, "I've got some good news and I've got some bad news." The bad news is normal's not coming back. These are tough times we live in, and people may try to sugarcoat it and say that we'll get back to the way things used to be. But sadly, the normal life we had before 2020 is not coming back. There's a new normal, and it's not like what you're used to or what you want it to be. Those days are gone forever. The good news is Jesus is coming back. In the New Testament, Jesus' disciples asked him what signs of the end of the age and his return would be. Jesus told them there would be great deception in the world and not to be deceived. He said there would be wars and rumors of wars. Nation would rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There would be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in various places. We've always heard about wars and rumors of wars. This has been a constant in my lifetime. But until COVID-19, I used to think that famines and pestilences only happened in certain parts of the world. A worldwide plague scenario certainly qualifies as pestilence. And famines can happen anywhere due to supplies not being delivered as a result of COVID-19. There are earthquakes in various places that we hear about more and more, and some of those can be related to an increase in volcanic activity that seems to be going on today. In both the Old Testament and New Testament, it has been prophesied that there would be a global kingdom that will arise, and the head of that global kingdom would be the world leader, known to us as the Antichrist. That world leader and his global kingdom are referred to as beast. Bible teachers have preached for many years that the Antichrist would appear and then he would set up his kingdom. But realistically, it's more logical to think that the kingdom would exist first, and then a king would preside over it. The New World Order is here, and the global government is taking shape. That global government is the kingdom of the beast. But be of good cheer, Christian brothers and sisters. All the signs we see in the world today point to the rapture of the church and Jesus' return soon to follow. In the meantime, we are not to live in fear, but to live by faith. And when we do that, the gates of hell cannot and will not prevail against us.
longer are the people free. We're all bound by the lies. There's no freedom of speech. Time to wake up and open your eyes. Normal's not coming back to Jesus is. Normal's not coming back to Jesus is. Normal's not coming back to Jesus is. Here we are in the devil's playground. There's madness everywhere, the truth cannot be found. Because the whole world's running scared. It's written in the prophecies, there'll be times like this. It's the kingdom of the beast. Sell your soul for broken promises. Normal's not coming back to Jesus is. Normal's not coming back to Jesus is. Normal's not coming back to Jesus is.
For God did not give us a spirit of fear,
but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
All things work together for good to those that love the Lord.
No weapon formed against us shall prosper.
the gates of hell shall not prevail.
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 Normal's not coming back to Jesus is. 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 Normal's not coming back to Jesus is.